So today is December maybe 2nd or so. And I've been doing a lot of diary entries in my journal, but this time I decided maybe I should just start recording them because a lot of people um that know me don't really know my story, and I want there to be some type of diary entry from who I was and who I'm becoming. I read a lot now, maybe not as much as I should, but I read enough. And I do research and I meditate and I practice a lot. And I saw this thing yesterday recorded where I forgot where I saw it, but somebody said, we don't meditate because it just started. It was because we were broken and we needed to do it. It was something along the lines of that. It takes a lot of discipline to try and like focus on your mental state and try to get yourself in a positive place. But here I am. I'm in New York City. I live in an area called New Rochelle, New York, and I have both of my daughters and my nephew. And this has been a journey of mine that I never imagined. I always thought I'd be like on the front cover of Vogue or Cosmo magazine or something, doing something crazy, and that I would be singing and on stage somewhere, and I would wow the world with my awesome artistic views and my lyrics. And then one day, which I've realized this morning, my voice was gone. And it wasn't that I can't sing or anything like that. It's just I didn't find the need to anymore. There was no song in my life. The only thing I wanted to do was just make it better for my kids. And that is beautiful in its own, but I did a lot, and I can't believe the things that I've done in my life, and I wish that I could take them back. But that person, I'm not that person anymore. Like I couldn't even fathom that girl. Like I have no idea who that girl was. I don't know what my thought process was, but I could tell you now that my thought process was literally just to survive. It was so primal. There was nothing more to it. It was just I needed to survive, or I needed to pay something, and it was literally so primal. Um, I love my children. I love my life. I love who I am. My partner, he is amazing. We're always trying to encourage each other to do better. And although, he might not be here tomorrow, he'll always be somebody that I'll remember no matter what in my life. I would hope that he's here tomorrow. But nothing is ever promised, and I feel like everything is inevitable. And maybe that's just me being damaged goods, or me like having these thoughts of negativity, and all it's probably all due to my past. I do suffer from PTSD. I suffer from PTSD when it comes to being in a relationship, when it comes to having more children, when it comes to driving and there's a police officer behind me. I should probably know the signs of PTSD in other people, but sometimes you're just so self-absorbed into your day-to-day routine that you don't realize that other people are suffering from PTSD as well. This morning I spoke to my brother, and haven't really spoken to him in a long time, but I was really mad. My sister tried to make an appointment for him for a primary care physician because he has cancer, or he had cancer, and now they're wondering if it's back. He's in a lot of pain, and so in order for him to do all of these tests, he needs to get a primary, to get a referral to an oncologist and whomever, blah blah blah. But she woke up, went to his apartment to make sure he was up on time, ready to go, and he was laying in bed with a girl, and so he just wasn't responsible enough. After sending him a text message about how I wish he was more responsible, because people love him, he ended up contacting me back and making it seem like as everything was a joke. And I mean, for him, everything could be a joke. I feel like people think that life is such a freaking joke, and I wish that I could smile and laugh and joke about it, but it's not funny to me. I don't think that any steps that I've taken in this life have been funny. I feel like you have these moments that are hilarious, and you laugh and you have great memories. But this world is so fucked up. Excuse my language. It's just so fucked up. There are little girls who are being raped. There are women who are being taken advantage of. There are men who are being raped themselves. And not only that, but our nation, humankind, needs to stand up for each other. We don't have respect for each other. We're just animals. And the way that I was so primal to survive was the same mindset that I feel like everybody has. It's just this primal instinct to survive, or this disgusting primal instinct to follow hormones, or like I don't know how I couldn't even relate to somebody who was a pedophile or a rapist or a murderer. You know, just to do those things to people. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she told me that there was a man in her building that was just arrested. His name was, I believe, Jose Martinez, lived in her building. She's lived there for about 13 years, and they call him Joe Jupiter. And Joe Jupiter, I guess he strangled and raped and killed a 13-year-old girl that was in his building 20 years ago. Science was able to work in the family's favor more recently, and they caught the guy, which is amazing. Justice is served, but is justice really served? I mean, that person committed a crime, threw that little girl in the garbage like she was trash, and then just went on to live for 20 years, going around with a telescope, showing kids the planets. It could be anybody's kid. It could have happened more than once. Nobody knows. He did it the first time. He could surely have done it again, and we just don't know, because he just kept getting away with it. I mean, my friend was mortified to know, and the whole time I just looked at her and saw her expression in her face, and I couldn't even, I wasn't as mortified as her. For me, it was like I've seen every shade of gray. So, I mean, go figure, of course. Who would have known, you know? I'm not surprised. And that's when I realized, am I a fucked up person? Because I'm sitting here listening to her, and she seems so mortified by the whole situation, yet I'm just sitting there listening like, oh, no surprise. Of course, that would happen, you know? I don't know. I've seen every shade of gray in this world, and maybe I haven't. Like, maybe there's still more, because I've never looked into a murderer's eyes. But I can say one thing I've done for sure is I've looked into the eyes of a dying woman, and I've seen her take her last breath. And I don't know what she thought to herself, but I know what I thought to mine. It was sad and it was hurtful, and for the last 6 months I've dealt with PTSD myself, and I've mourned and I've grieved, and I've been in my house for about 4 or 5 months now, and my business has gone down the drain, and I'm gonna fix it. I'm going to fix it. I will fix it. It is already fixed in Jesus' name. But that was really hard. You know, I saw the lives of people being taken just so quick from the pandemic, from this coronavirus, which I know so many of us have as well. But this one, just like, it hit home. I felt so responsible, and I know it's not me to really blame, but it hurt so freaking bad. But you know, here I am, in the same way that I've overcome so many obstacles and so many trials and tribulations in my life, is the same way that I will overcome this one. And it'll just be another story to tell, and another situation to walk through. And I would hope that I have a good support system to get me through it, just like I will be that support system for other people. You know, as my video entries go on, I'll make sure to date them and to speak on whatever happened that day that was so significant to me. And my time loops might get looped, but I'm not gonna say like, oh, this happened in 2012. So I'll try my best, and as time goes on, I'll try to make sure that I document my feelings or whatever. I don't know.